Today's High Performance Podcast is brought to you by Josh Phegan Digital. It's where you'll find our incredible short courses. In under 60 minutes, you'll grow all the key skills, covering specific areas like how to hire an assistant, grow a team, to list better properties, to grow better fees, and to master your pipeline. Welcome to High Performance, the podcast featuring Josh Phegan and Alexander Phillips. Alex, there's a really important thing inside of everyone's career, and I think it's about that whole idea that you're in that listing presentation, you know that they can't close, they're in a position that maybe they've got to go and see one other agent, or they're waiting on something before they can give that decision and say, Alex, we want to use you as an agent. What are the things that we actually just go to do in terms of follow-up? Like in the old days, we had like a list of things, for example. You might, for example, drop them a box of chocolates off a thank you card. You might get someone else from the office to come down and see the property again. You might get a supplier out there, like a photographer or a painter, to go and give a quote. But you're doing different things to try to stay active. A lot of agents don't really know, that ultimate phase between, hey, I've been there to present. What do I now actually do to make sure that I win it? What are your thoughts here about where people can improve and what you've seen really works?
There's so many different touch points that you can show the vendor that you're super motivated and that you're the best agent for them. Every scenario is very different. Probably a good example is one in Dover Heights where he prays on Friday. He called just off the back of letters he gets in Waverley where he lives. I knew he didn't live there. It's a house worth around $3.5 million. He goes, oh, mate, here's the tenant's details. Can you go appraise it, give us a proposal on it? I said, you're 100% selling. He said, yeah, me and my brother's selling. We're splitting it up. I said, why don't you actually come through with me when I do the appraisal, when I meet the tenant, and we can just have a quick chat there and then work out anything that needs to be done. He goes, yeah, that's actually a great idea. So he came to the appointment. We spent 10 minutes out the front. Said, why don't I, obviously the tenant's going to be inside. Why don't I go through and then on Monday I'll call you to sit down with you Tuesday or Wednesday, get your brother on a FaceTime because he's in Newcastle, and then we can give you a proposal. Yeah, great idea. So when we got there, we did that. We've now set up, so there was a call, a face-to-face, then it's going to be proposal, another face-to-face, then a follow-up, then another call. Like that's 6 or 7 touch points. I said, oh, have you met any of the other agents? He goes, no, a couple of other agents been through, but I'm just waiting to hear back. So we're already on the front foot because none of them actually invited him to meet him and get an understanding of who we are, what we do, and sort of actually almost do like a mini proposal on the spot. So just thinking outside the box a little bit, and then I reckon our touch points will be triple what the other agents are. And I said, oh, why did you call me? He said, oh, it was my wife. She gets your letters, said you're the best agent, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, better thank your wife. It might be good if your wife's there on when we sit down. So then she's also going to be pushing us. We've met them multiple times. We're ahead of any. So and he does have a relationship with someone else. So I think that the little 1%ers that we've done there will probably help us. Will get us a business, I would say. Yeah,
Alex, I've experienced some pretty phenomenal service from your team, and in particular Kenji recently, where I went through a property. Literally, I got a text message to say, hey, it looks like the property's going to be selling later today. If it holds interest, please let me know ASAP. And then later that day, I also got another message to say, hey, the property has now been sold and this is what it made. And then, by the way, hey, given that that's actually happened, here are 3 other properties that you should consider. And we've got to call that basic thing in terms of a buyer transfer. But I tell you what, as a potential seller in looking at that, I thought, wow, how good is that guy about moving buyers and transferring them from one campaign to the next, not causing an issue on the current campaign, but once that's actually signed, sealed and delivered, actually helping you to then work out where you can then go and apply your funds. Is that something that literally that you drill and rehearse into the people inside of PPD about the importance of actually creative follow-up and consistency of energy and effort in the way you got to work with buyers?
Big time. Like one that Kenji and I sold on Friday, it was it was on our website going to the market next year, and we sold it on a Friday, and Kenji showed me a text that he called a buyer, goes, I don't really want to consider Roundwick, but if you recommend it, let's go look at it. They were looking at Bronte and they bought it. Mm-hmm. So the cross-selling is a massive part of our business and what a good agent should do, and a massive part of our listing appointments. And that's probably the best example that we got to buy in a suburb that weren't even thinking, and the vendor's got an amazing result. But that's what, we go for, who's the best buyer in the marketplace? Let's grab them, show them everything we've got in that price range. If it's Paddington, Wallara, Bronte or whatever, the buyer work is where you're going to actually secure, I think, more listings because the buyer's got something to sell, that, the the potential vendor sees it because we use home pass, so I can see that we're juggling people around. That to me, if I was a vendor shopping around and pretending I'm a buyer, that's probably the agent you're going to go select.
I think the most important thing is here, think about how you can actually be innovative and do things in a way that people go, wow, that person really cares about me, and makes it easier from a consumer's perspective.